Android 17.
Okay everybody, the moment Android lovers had been waiting for is finally here. Google just dropped the official stable Android 17 update, aka Cinnamon Bun, and there are so many things that I want to talk about it. But before I go on, let me tell you one thing first. If you're expecting a completely brand new experience with the Android 17, I am sorry to say that you are in for a major disappointment. And no, this is not the biggest Android update ever. But there are good changes nonetheless. So in today's video, I will be going through my top 10 new features or upgrades on the Android 17 compared to Android 16, alongside a bunch of other things you will definitely want to know. So let's get started. Alright, the one feature that I've been absolutely loving on the Android 17 so far is something called screen reactions. It's basically a way to record reaction videos. Let me show you how. So the first thing I'll do is select screen record, which has a completely different UI compared to the Android 16. And there you will see a new option called show selfie camera. Once I turn it on, I can record myself over literally anything that's on my screen. Android 17 will use my phone's selfie camera, create a floating cutout of my face to record a reaction video, so you don't have to record and edit the video separately. It's like having a green screen built inside of my phone. This means making reaction videos, tutorial videos, or maybe even guiding your parents with something on their phone when you're away is so much easier now. I love the additional editing features too, since I have everything I need to make some simple edits right here. From adding text, applying filters, adjusting lights, colors, and adding music, it is all in here, including Google's audio eraser to get rid of a specific noise in my videos. Next, if you're someone who likes decorating their home screen with lots and lots of widgets, I have got great news for you, because with the Android 17, you can simply describe what kind of widget you want and boom, your phone will create it for you just like that. If all of this sounds familiar, that's because it's almost exactly like Nothing's Essential Apps thing that lets you build custom widgets or mini apps using plain text prompts. But I guess Android 17 is a bit more ambitious with the type of widgets you create, since it will even be able to pull data from your inbox or calendar to really make your experience more personal. This feature is coming to select Android phones that support Gemini Intelligence later in September, and I can't wait to check it out. Next up is Bubbles, and I am sure iOS users are going to be super jealous, because while Android's multitasking feature keeps getting better and better, iPhones still can't do something as basic as opening two apps in a split screen mode. You know how Android lets you open different messaging apps in a floating window like this? That is now expanding to all of the apps in Android 17 for even more efficient multitasking between apps. All I need to do is long press an app I want to open in a bubble window and then tap this icon. I can have up to 5 apps in a bubble at a time, and not just that, tablets and foldable phones get a separate space in the taskbar for bubbled apps as well. I wish I could also resize the bubble window or maximize an app for full screen right from here, but hopefully Google adds that ability later in the builds of Android 17. There's also a small update to the split screen experience this time. There are a couple of buttons to resize how big or small I want each app to look when I have them open at the same time. The other update is for the gamers out there. There's now a built-in remapping feature for external controls, whereas foldable phones get a special 50-50 layout. On one half, there's the game screen, and on the other half, there's the controller. Google says you can expect reduced frame drops and stutters on Android 17 thanks to some under-the-hood memory optimizations. So yeah, gaming is also getting a major upgrade. Okay, the next feature is useful for all of the parents who worry about what their children are doing on the phones all day. Parental controls, which was exclusive to Pixel phones, will now be available on all of the Android 17 devices. Honestly, I believe this is the most underrated new thing about Android 17, because this is going to solve so many problems. With parental controls built into Android itself, parents can set different control parameters for the children, including their screen time limits, what apps they use, and even blocking inappropriate explicit websites and search results from appearing on their phone. This will also work next to Google's Family Link, so parents can get an even deeper insight into how their children are using their phones. Now, I know what you're thinking, not just children. In today's time, even adults need some time off of their phones, and Google thinks the same and has brought Pause Point in Android 17. It's actually a new addition to Google's digital well-being features, where if I try to open an app that I've labeled as distracting, let's say Instagram for instance, I will be presented with a bunch of other things I could be doing instead, like taking a breathing exercise, listening to an audiobook, or meditating. It's basically like guilt tripping. Okay, before moving on, look at that guy. He hates typing and always uses speech to text to send a message instead of typing it. And you guessed it right, his texts are filled with typos and random words. So for people like him, Android 17 is going to make voice dictation a lot smoother with something called Rambler. What it does is it uses AI to understand the context of what you're saying for a much better speech-to-text experience. It can omit filler words like ums and ahs, and you can correct yourself on what you said before. And Rambler will simply transcribe everything you say into a nice, coherent text. I didn't even tell you the best part because Rambler will seemingly work with multiple languages too, so मैं इसे test करने के लिए बहुत excited हूँ. Now, unfortunately, it will be limited to certain high-end phones with at least 12 GB of RAM, a flagship chipset, and ones that support Google's Gemini Nano V3 model. But from the official demos that I have seen, this looks like it could be a complete game changer to so many people. Moving on, theft protection is getting better and better with each new release of Android. I can now mark my device as lost inside the Find Hub app if it goes missing, and even if the thief knows my PIN, password, or pattern, they won't be able to unlock it without my biometrics. Once I mark a device as lost, it will also hide quick settings and disable new Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connections. And to top it off, Android 17 reduces the number of times you can guess the phone's unlock method for tighter security as well. Moving on, even Instagram is getting a major overhaul with Android 17. Google says it has worked closely with Meta to fundamentally upgrade the Instagram experience on Android devices with features like Ultra HDR capture and playback, night sight for excellent low-light photography, and built-in video stabilization so that your phone's excellent camera hardware does not embarrass itself whenever you upload something on Instagram. The Edits app also gains some interesting upgrades like being able to upscale photos or videos or separate audio tracks. So remember how iPhone users used to brag about how much better their photos and videos looked on Instagram? Yeah, those days are finally over now. Thank God. Alright, so those were my top 10 favorite features on Android 17, but of course there are so many other minor upgrades, UI changes, and under-the-hood optimizations, so let me go through some of them. The permission pop-ups have been redesigned with a bolder, more compact, and easier to read design. The privacy indicators have also gotten a bolder makeover. Google has updated its entire emoji library for a fresher 3D look to add more depth. Pixel phones once again get a separate tile for Wi-Fi and mobile data. The landing page for enrolling fingerprints has been completely redesigned. I can now specify exactly which apps I want to force dark mode into instead of being a system-wide toggle like on Android 16. Some parts of the UI have updated animations and they have a nice Gaussian blur in the background as well. There's a separate volume level for the voice assistant, although it only shows up inside the settings page. Android 17 also sets strict RAM limits for apps based on how much memory your device has. So if an app uses too much memory, they are terminated. Whereas photography enthusiasts are going to love Android 17's RAW 14 support as well to capture 14-bit per pixel RAW images. And if you're joining Team Android from the land of iOS, Android 17 makes it easy to transfer everything from your photos, passwords, messages, apps, contacts, and eSIMs to Android wirelessly. So everybody, that is all for today's video. Which Android 17 features are you the most excited about? Please let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Saying this, I'm Pratima Adhikari, and I will see you in the next one. Spider-Man? Zani? Why? No.